Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Stefan. Stefan is mainly the German and Scandinavian spelling of Stephen. Stephen's name comes from the Greek word stephanos, meaning garland crown, and was notably borne by the very first Christian martyr in Roman Catholic tradition, and so he was the first disciple of Jesus to receive the martyr's crown. His story is told in Acts 6:8-8:2, and it goes like this. The apostles ordained 7 deacons to look after the care of widows and the poor, and of these chosen administrators, Stephen was the most famous. He was renowned for his eloquence and wisdom, which successfully gained many Jesus followers. In fact, it might be said that Stephen was too successful for his own good because he ended up attracting the attention of some very bad men. They accused Stephen of blasphemy against Moses and God in front of an assembly of men, which Stephen faced bravely. Legend has it that his face took on the form of an angel. They then exacted the requisite ancient punishment of stoning to death. In his parting words, Stephen asked only for his enemies' salvation. Lord, do not hold this sin against them. Acts 7:60. It turns out that Stephen's public stoning had the opposite effect the executioners had intended, because many Christ followers fled Jerusalem fearing for their lives to Judea and Samaria, taking with them a belief system that had been relatively confined to Jerusalem. As the first Christian martyr, Stephen's feast day comes right after Jesus on December 26. Like many names from the Bible, Stephen gained popularity in ancient times and on throughout the Middle Ages as people bestowed names upon their children in homage to those they revered. Stephan's biblical story was especially popular in the Middle Ages, which is how the name survived so well in all its various forms. Stephen and Stephen, English, Étienne, French, Stefano, Italian, Esteban, Spanish, and of course Stefan among the Germans and Scandinavians. Today the form of Stefan is most popular in Iceland, Austria, and Germany. It also does okay in Sweden and Norway. Stefan is also a common spelling in many Slavic nations like Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. Personality of the boy named Stefan. The number 2 personality in numerology is all about cooperation and balance. It's the number of diplomats and mediators. They are not leaders, but strive rather for harmony in partnerships. These are the peacemakers. Equality and fairness are important in their dealings, and they are willing to share power and responsibility to achieve a harmonious outcome. This personality is calm and patient, waiting for things to evolve instead of pushing aggressively for an outcome. They are good-natured and easygoing, and care deeply on an emotional and spiritual plane. 2s appreciate beauty and nature and are intent on making the world a better place. Popularity of the boy named Stefan. Stefan goes back to 1949 on the American male naming charts. Of course, Stephen and Stephen have historically been the preferred spellings among English speakers in the United States. The Spanish form of Esteban and the German/Scandinavian form of Stefan have also shown successful usage. Stefan is just another option, perhaps for some parents who wish to celebrate their German or Scandinavian heritage in some small way. The height of Stefan's popularity on the U.S. charts came in the late 1980s and early 1990s when he reached as high as position number 339 out of 1,000, 1991. Not super popular, but respectable all the same. The name may be getting a little more attention right now thanks to Stefan Salvatore, a vampire character portrayed by Paul Wesley on the CW's popular TV series The Vampire Diaries, first airing in 2009. Regardless of your interest in this name, your baby boy is probably your greatest reward and your crowning glory, so what better name than Stefan? Quick facts on Stefan. Gender, boy. Origin, German. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 835. Pronunciation, Stefan. Simple meaning, crown, garland, reward. Characteristics of Stefan. Cooperative, balanced, gracious, patient, kind, sensitive, compassionate, considerate, loving, nurturing. Cultural references to the baby name, Stefan. Famous people named Stefan. Stefan Mappus, German politician,